our product. All right, question from Logan. When fundraising, what factors do you consider when valuing the company? And how did you decide how much to raise? That's really tricky because when you're fundraising, figuring out the valuation is less based on how much your company is actually worth and more based on how much competition you have for your deal. Like lately, you've been probably seeing how Square has 240 million valuation and Groupon having like a $4 billion valuation. And for Indiegogo, we had some paying customers, but we weren't taking off by any means, and we weren't making millions of dollars. So I basically came up with a valuation off the top of my head. I just picked a random number that felt right, and I told investors that's what we were going after, and if they didn't like it, then they couldn't invest. And at first, it was a bit difficult because Paul Graham explicitly told us we were being fools by trying to raise money at that high valuation. And it was one of those things where I knew deep down inside that's what our company is worth right now. And so I went forward with it against this advice, which I don't recommend usually, but I felt really strongly about it. And a lot of angel investors at first turned us down because they thought the price was too high. So I just kept on going, and my attitude towards fundraising was, it's not just about raising money, but it's about finding investors who really believe in your business and in your organization and philosophy in the long run. And if they weren't willing to invest at a slightly higher valuation than what they think our company is worth, then A, I don't agree with their investment philosophy, so I probably don't want to work with them. And B, they probably question our business a little, more so than they question the price. And so I didn't think it was worth lowering the valuation. The second part of the question was, how do I decide how much to raise? And that was also pretty tricky because at first I thought we only wanted to raise $200,000-300,000 to keep ourselves self-sustained because we were ramen profitable and we didn't have to raise any money at the time. So we thought, all right, $300,000, let's go out and raise that. And before we knew it, we raised $200,000 at a really good valuation. So we thought, okay, we could raise more money, increase the valuation, so we'll sell just as little of the company as we had planned to, and we could have more emergency money. So we hit $500,000, and then came Y Combinator's demo day. And at demo day, we got a lot more interest suddenly. Like dozens of people called us. So we thought, okay, we could raise over $1 million, but it's only worth it to us if you get 3x the original valuation. And so we did that, and we got a lot of people to commit, and that basically achieved all our goals. And I think the amount we raised was kind of arbitrary. Just like the valuation, fundraising is just, it's completely arbitrary at this early stage. So I wouldn't worry too much about having specific numbers or coming up with an idea for how much your company's worth or what you actually intend to spend that money on. For example, back when we were starting to raise our money, we had no idea what we'd spend the money on or how much it'd cost to hire people. So you put together a really basic spreadsheet, like $85K per person, and then an extra $7K for benefits and perks per hire. And after hiring all these people, it ended up that most people would rather have less than market rate salary, less than half of market rate salary. So our forecast plan for how we'd spend that money hasn't even been close to being met. But on second thought, it's kind of good to have a basic framework for how you're going to spend your money.